Okay, we have our next speaker at the Mind Body Connection Summit, where we're bringing you information from our experts who are helping us to bridge the mind body connection in order to live a better life and have a better business. So our next speaker is Tracy Gohrick, and she's a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor, intuitive, and a channel. She works with you and your guides to get the best outcome that you and your soul will allow. So stick around to the end of her talk, and we're going to share with you what her free gift is. Tracy, you have the stage. I look forward to hearing from you. Go ahead and unmute yourself, and the floor is yours. Oh, I removed you. Hey, hold on. I removed you. I removed the wrong person. Let me remove myself. Okay, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you for having me. This is great. I wanted to talk today about trauma and the mind and body and how it's connected, because we all have trauma and it gets stuck in our bodies, which the trauma also works on the mind. So we have reactions to it. We have anger, we have stress, we have anxiety. And so what I love is our bodies are so amazing because they're going to show us what we still need to work on or what we need to heal, and tying it back to the trauma. And our bodies are also amazing because they do have the ability to heal. We just have to heal the trauma. Now, with my experience, it's about 99%. I can tie the trauma to the illnesses that my clients and myself have had. And so I wanted to share one client with you. She fell and broke her arm very badly, broke her arm, and had to have, so bad she had to have surgery on it. It was shattered basically. And so she came to see me, and we were talking, and I began to understand that she had serious trauma from her father. Her father was very bad to her growing up, and so there was a lot of serious trauma from that. And I have a book that I love to use that helps tie in the trauma to the issues that they're having. And it's The Secret Language of the Body by Ina Siegel. And we looked it up, and sure enough, the arm is a difficult relationship with the father, a male figure. So it could be a father, brother, uncle. And so that's one way that I've tied in the trauma to the mind body. The next one, I had a client come to me, and her back was hurting really bad in 2 spots in the middle, upper to middle part. And so there were just knots in there. So I go in there and I release the knots, and she knew like this was trauma from her mother. And so we helped release that, and she went on about her way. Then a couple of weeks later, the pain showed back up in her hips and her lower back. And we looked in the book for both of these, and both of them were tied to her mother being a narcissist. And what happens is when you can get healed, but if you don't work on the traumas that have happened and work on your mindset for that, then the pain and illness will move to a different part of your body, or it'll come back in the same part. But that's, again, the amazing part of our bodies, is it's going to show us if we're not still getting what is going on that we need to work on. Our bodies are showing us what we need to heal. And so that's all I have today. I just want to leave you with one thing that I always leave is every day, go do something you love, brings you joy. Do at least one thing every day, and every day do at least one thing of self-care, and look for the good in everything, and then write 10 things you're grateful for. And you do these things, and you're going to start to see a difference in your life.
Tracy, I love this. This is so great. And I have a lot of questions related to, I know I have time for one question.
Okay.
As you mentioned, trauma gets stuck in our bodies. And so the first question I have is that book you mentioned, The Secret Language of the Body. Is that like a trauma chart? And that's what I'm kind of envisioning, is like the body, and then these are the different kinds of traumas.
Right. Well, it's a chart. It'll talk about different body parts, and then it'll have different diseases in it. So there's like a lot of sections, and it has colors. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And so there was something that came up because we all have trauma. We all have trauma that, like, the second we're born, there's trauma, right? So there is trauma throughout our lives, and we all have different ranges of trauma. And some people, the traumas that we experience, like, I know we talk about the big T, the little t, but the reality is trauma because it's trauma, and we all experience it however we experience it. So my question is, if I have no pain, does this mean I'm healed?
You have no pain, does it mean you're healed?
Because if trauma shows up in various ranges of pain, does this mean I'm healed?
I guess you would have to look at, I mean, it's pain, illness, stress, and anxiety. So it would be all of that. Do you see what I'm saying? So part of me wants to say, yes, if you have no pain, you're healed, but sometimes we go through ups and downs where the pain will come and go. So we have to pay attention to that.
Okay, it was just a question that came up. I figured it was probably a pretty heavy question to really dive into, like, in the time that we have today. But it was just something that came up. I was like, well, wait a minute, because I've had a lot of trauma. I start in childhood, start the narcissistic, abusive, and all that stuff. And I've done a lot of healing, but am I fully healed? I don't know.
Yeah.
So
And you'd have
anyways,
to like just see and how you feel. And over time, like things will come up later. If you're not healed, it will pop up later. You know what I mean? In a different way
okay.
or.
Okay, so it's not like necessarily that I'm going to walk around with a bad back, that's like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I mean,
right.
but you could be, healed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I love that. I love that. Now you do have a free gift, and your free gift is, let me see, it says, along with the guided imagery that Tracy will also send you healing energy, just like she would if you were having a healing session with her. So we dropped a link to the summit dashboard. Go to actiontakerspublishing.com/summit dashboard, cash in on your free gift. And why don't you share with us, Tracy, why should we click on that link and cash in on your free gift?
So it's actually a healing meditation, like you said, where it's like being in a session with me. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback from it. People who were having trouble with insomnia or whatever, they've used that meditation. It's helped them be able to sleep. So.
Awesome. I could have used some extra sleep last night, but that
Yeah.
was because I was binge watching a show last night. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your brilliance with us. Truly appreciate it. And, we got the hearts are flying crazy over there on Facebook, which I love it. That means that this is a topic that people are really interested in. And I'm glad we were able to bring these experts to you to share their messages with you. Thanks, Tracy, so much for being part of this summit.
Thank you.